Salve omnes, welcome to this video lesson on section 35 of Fabulae Faciles, the defeat of the Amazons. Heracles going to get the girdle of the Amazon queen. Deu! So Deu for a long time, et acriter, and fiercely pugnatum est, it was fought. Now this is the notorious impersonal passive. It's very common in Latin to have something like pugnatur, it is fought, pugnatum est, it was fought. And the idea is like fighting went on, right? The point of an impersonal passive is to emphasize that certain action occurred without really worrying about who specifically was doing it. So for a long time and fiercely, there was fighting. So there was a long and fierce fight, basically is what this means. Tandem tamen, at last, nevertheless, ad solis occasum tanta commutatio rerum facta est. At sunset, ad solis occasum, so great a changing of things occurred, tanta commutatio rerum facta est. And notice that the tanta is a signpost word here, noting that we're about to get a result clause, ut mulieres terga verterint, that the women, literally this means turned their backs. This is often translated as turned tail, but this idiom means they turned and ran away. That the women turned tails, in other words, ran away, et fuga salutem peterent, and they sought safety, salutem, by means of flight, fuga, in other words, by fleeing. Multae autem vulneribus defesae, many of them, however, tired out by their wounds, dum fugiunt captae sunt, were caught, captae sunt, while they were fleeing, dum fugiunt. And notice, by the way, I said while they were fleeing, but fugiunt is present tense. Just as a reminder, in dum clauses, if the main verb is past tense, as here captae sunt is a perfect tense, then a present tense in the dum clause can show essentially what we would do with a past tense in English. In quo numero, in which number, that is to say, in which number of the Amazons captured, ipsa erat Hippolyte, there was Hippolyta herself. Hercules summam clementiam praestitit, Hercules showed the utmost mercy or clemency. Et postquam balteam accepit, and after he received the belt, libertatem omnibus captivis dedit, he gave freedom to all the prisoners, the captives. Tum vero, but then, socios ad mare reduxit, he led his allies, his companions, socios, to the sea, ad mare, et quod non multum aestatis super erat, and because there was not much of the summer left, super erat, sort of like was left, was remaining. Notice it's made from the super, meaning kind of over in the sense of like leftover, and the erat, which is just was. Okay, and because there was not much of the summer remaining, in Graeciam proficiski maturavit, he hurried, maturavit, so that's a synonym for contendit or for, festinavit or properavit. He hurried to set out for Greece, proficiski in Graeciam. Navim igitur conscendit, therefore he boarded the ship, et tempestatem idoneam noctus, and having obtained noctus, suitable weather, tempestatem idoneam, statim solvit, he immediately set sail. Now solvit here is that idiomatic verb for setting sail. A lot of times you'll have that with navim solvit. It literally means he loosened the ship, probably refers to loosening anchors and mooring ropes, but it's the typical idiomatic verb for setting sail in Latin. So he immediately set sail, statim solvit. Antequam tamen in Graeciam pervenit. Nevertheless, before he arrived in Greece, ad urbim Troiam, to the city of Troy, navim appellere constituit. He decided to put in his ship, or to drive his ship to land, we might say. Frumentum enim, for grain, quod secum habebat, which he had with him, jam deficere coiperat, had already begun to fail. That is to say, he had begun to run out of grain to feed his army that was with him. All right. Well, that concludes our section 35, and pretty much the end of this labor. He's just on the way back, but we'll learn more about what happens in Troy next. I hope you enjoyed learning about the story, maybe learned some new vocab or grammar, or at least reviewed something. Valete omnes, usque ad proximum tempus.